Hmm. Part 1. Living longer, happier, healthier, and wiser. An overview. Taoism is the oldest science of life. The ancients, undistracted by the various forms of entertainment, television, video, etc., embarked modern society. Excuse me. The ancients, undistracted by the various forms of entertainment, television, video, etc., that buried modern society, focused their energies on researching and improving ways of meeting human needs. One group, the ancient Taoists, developed a complete, detailed, and scientific system of knowledge, which comprises many principles of food preparation, exercise, healing, sexology, etc. This system is called Taoism. Although Taoism is the most ancient system of knowledge recorded on earth, preceding even the traditions of Mesopotamia, ancient Egypt, India, Greece, and so forth, it is praised for surpassing modern knowledge by many in the forefront of modern research and learning. The Tao of Sexology, sex taught and practiced in accordance with the principles of Taoism, is a part of the living philosophy of Taoism. From the observation of the reproductive process, Taoists discovered that the sexual glands were endowed with God's power to create and God's intelligence to organize life. They knew that God was life and that He was a life force that animated all living things, and that He was the motor of creative processes, and that He was the intelligence responsible for life engineering and cellular self-repair. They also knew that the sexual glands could be used as the source of life force for their own bodies. These realizations called Taoists to create a complete system of methods and techniques, called the Tao of Sexology. With that, Taoists hope to elevate self-healing to its fullest potential to energize the whole body to defy time. By following the Tao of Sexology, mankind will eventually incarnate God's nature to its fullest. In Taoism, the sexual organ and glands, where energy and life power are concentrated and generated, are referred to as the stove. This term underscores our dependence on sexual energy. We depend on sexual glands to support our mental and physical functions as we depend on the stove to cook food. Without a stove, without a stove, nothing can be cooked or eaten, and life will end. Likewise, life will end when non-functional sexual glands cause the mental and physical aspects of the body to become non-functional. The importance of the sexual glands as a mode of rejuvenation cannot be overemphasized. The sexual glands produce hormones, the fire, which help rejuvenate cells and tissues. If the sexual glands function improperly, cell tissue regeneration, and mental physical performance fall. When the mental and physical aspects of the body become tired, depressed, and negative, more problems or disease are created. Then the aging process begins. All of these problems can be prevented or corrected by properly functioning sexual organs. When the machinery of rejuvenation is activated through the practice of Taoist sexology, aging can be prevented. And when aging is prevented, death is prevented. The age-old search for the fountain of youth may end here. For Taoists believe that immortality can be attained by transforming the physical body through continuous rejuvenation. Not only is the Tao of Sexology a fountain that it is a refreshing solution that reconciles the common dilemma between response to one's sexual desires and devotion to one's sexual aspiration. On one hand, some social influences promote the release of sexual instincts at the animalistic level only. On the other hand, many religions stifle or denounce sexual activity to promote spirituality. Release of sexual desire results in many problems, such as venereal diseases. Stifling of sexual desire leaves people unsatisfied, for they are not bodiless spirits as long as they live on earth. Neither approach satis- Neither approach satisfies people's needs because human beings have both physical instincts and spiritual aspirations. Taoism eliminates this dilemma by allowing the sexual instincts to serve a spiritual purpose. The Tao of Sexology techniques provide the direct, tangible experience of God. By sharing true love, giving true love, and receiving true love, two people learn to understand the nature of God. To experience love is to experience God. The specific techniques involve acupuncture points and reflexology. They allow the couple to merge their energy at the level of their respective organs and awaken their intuitive and spiritual centers. Why should we want to experience God? If we have always been blind, we cannot fully understand the meaning of life. Likewise, without experiencing God, we cannot fully understand the meaning of God. God is life. God is everywhere. He is not limited by space or time, and He has everlasting life. If we can understand God's nature, we can walk with Him and finally become like Him. Unfortunately, many people think sex is dirty or sinful. Because they were not taught about the relationship between sex and spirituality, they were cut off from a vital means of experiencing and understanding God. Hence, many must find other ways of getting closer to God, but in the course of their search, many will develop sexual complexes which frustrate their spiritual aspirations. True Taoist methods, like those of the Tao of Sexology, help us look within ourselves for godliness, while securing our independence from man-made temples, priests, rituals, etc. Unlike certain religions, which rely upon faith and prayer as only means of helping to followers, Taoism places great emphasis upon active practice. To Taoists, knowledge and self-discipline are sufficient for mastering the methods of direct communication with God. After having attended many of my lectures, many clinical and behavioral psychologists came up to me and said things such as, "You covered in the first 5 minutes of your lecture what I had just spent 6 years studying at the university. The rest of what you discussed was never even mentioned in my courses, and it's the most helpful information of all." Gynecologists also attended my lectures and courses. They told me that they finally knew how to help their patients, advise them, and give them tools to help them repair their organs and help their bodies function properly again. Before, all they could do was operate on them. After having done some exercises taught in my sexology courses, others have told me they finally understood what it was to enjoy not just sex but life itself. They said they had received a lifetime of benefits from what they had learned. I told them that if they kept practicing what they had learned, things would get even better. Oh. Because information tested and used for 6,000 years would help anyone lead a longer, healthier, and wiser life. The ancient Taoists were not ethereal, abstract philosophers. They were very practical, scientific people. If a technique did not work, they discarded it. If a better one was developed, they used it. They did not promise their students a great benefit awarded them after death. Great benefits were immediately reaped upon utilization of Taoist techniques. To speak of Taoism only as a theory is incorrect. Taoism has been very defined as an ancient science or philosophy. While any of these terms may apply, Taoism is essentially a means for attaining longevity, health, mental and spiritual well-being, and immortality, or everlasting life. Besides Tao of Sexology, there are 7 other disciplines which promote personal cultivation. Altogether, there are 8 pillars of Taoism.